Yo. So in today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, so this map is OG Morley Skatepark by Blizz, and as you can tell, it's a very basic one. But there's a reason I chose a basic map. It's because I wanted to limit myself to something really basic like this and see how many creative things I can get out of it. Because as I've said a lot in these sort of videos, limitations kind of breed creativity, so I'm kind of curious to see what we come up with. Let's go. So first impressions is, well, everything's kind of far apart, so it may be hard to get gaps. I don't know, maybe you can if you get a load of speed and do some really big transfers and stuff like that. But a lot of kind of object to object style creative things aren't really going to be possible. Just riding it in a decent way is going to be pretty challenging, I think. Why did that not work? Oh, got a little bar spin out. That's kind of a trick I've been doing a lot recently, like bonks to bar spin. Or the other way around. Like there's loads of cool little variations you can do with that sort of thing. Nice little nose bonk. Quite a long one as well, like paused properly on top. Okay, I know it looks dumb, but I was thinking because we've got like these 3 different angles for the rail that we could maybe get a disaster and then slide down or something, because they are sloped, but it ended up looking a bit goofy. Now, if you hold the trigger when you go up, you do like hop sideways, and then you can kind of like jank it off like that. Let's try one more. Yeah. It's fakey, you know, it worked. Ooh! Holy crap. I figured I wouldn't be able to get a clean one of those. I was just gonna like get something that looked like it and then give it up and just like say, okay, this was an idea. But I actually managed to hit it. So that was really fluky. That's another thing with the trick mod. You can do like, it's like having a back brake, like pause. And that's good for a lot of Ufanu or whatever style tricks. Trying to get a double peg or something on it, but it really isn't wanting to work. Or that happens. Another thing I noticed was this bin, which I think I could kind of boost off that and do like a bonk or some similar trick on it. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Here we go. Wasn't too hard either. Oh, that was a nose bonk. That's pretty cool. Maybe the first time I've ever done like a flip to nose bonk, actually. Nice. You see? You limit yourself, you try weird stuff out, and stuff like this kind of happens in the process. It's kind of cool. I was wondering if the front wheel would get stuck inside, and it does actually. It's pretty. Oh, 360 out as well. Glitches and weird stuff. It pays off. Well, that's another idea. See, even one little bin is actually generating a bunch of cool little tricks. I've barely touched anything on this park yet. So it's kind of a good sign, I think. Maybe do a decade. I wanted to get like a bonk on it or something, but I'm not sure about the speed. Front gen tail whip on top. Been a while since I've done those, actually. Kind of forgot about them. Ooh, maybe a foot plant as well, actually. Jank. What's that? I'm not really sure that... What is that? Kinda. What is that? Like a can-can foot plant or something? A little bit of a dab at the end. But that's one good thing about the No Bells mod. It lets you do like... There's a few different maps that have this sort of construction thing, like behind quarters and whatever. You can theoretically like weave between them. The only problem is when you turn in a manual, it actually speeds you up. It's like you're going slow, but then you start doing this. Speed picks up. It's harder to control, but... Kind of what I wanted. I do want a bit of a cleaner 180 out though. Didn't get the bar, but I'll take it. Yeah, this No Bells mod, if you haven't tried it, has really opened up a lot of interesting things that never used to work. There were things that I always had ideas for, but when the game doesn't allow you. But yeah, any kind of like slapping the back wheel or the peg against something works pretty well now. Ooh, a little over. I really don't do anything like this for the most part. There you go, proper ramp riding. Getting pretty tech. We're still flowing, so I'm not mad. Bonk. Not quite. I kind of want to wall ride that fence thing, or the whatever it's called. Wonder if we can like hit that rail, whatever you want to call it, that fence thing at the top of the quarter. Properly go sideways. Thinking about it, that angle would make more sense. The only problem is it just will not, like, go straight against it. Maybe it's just the way things work or whatever. Or there's like a spline there that's screwing it up. Each time it just goes flat and into it, so maybe scrap that one. But this map actually has some other stuff as well, a little away from the park. It's not that rideable. I figured could maybe get like multiple bonks, a few of these, and then maybe a trick off the end or something. Let's see how it goes. I'll take it. It's kind of gross, but especially with this game's physics, it's going to react a bit weird to multiple objects and edges all next to each other, but can't be helped. Could we blast from there into the half pipe? Whoa. Kinda. It is possible, at least. That's one way of doing it. Guess it'd be pretty hard to stay in the half pipe, considering the speed and everything. Oh shit. I was not expecting that to work, but he somehow fit into it. Guessing nobody's done that in real life. Presuming this is a real life park. Guess it must be. It definitely gives off the vibes of somebody that made their local park. Ooh. One thing with being in this like weird disaster, not quite a disaster because you're on the frame position, is you can use the left stick, turn, which is weird. You can get out of it like that. Not quite what I wanted. Kind of just wanted it to be a nice transition, like a big gap that the magnets destroy everything. Another thing I notice a lot is if you go into first person, it gives you a completely different perspective on the map. Like anytime you're in first person mode, the way you ride it changes. I guess because of the perspective, and also just because actually more simple stuff looks pretty good. You don't need to try as hard. It does also make it a little harder to do some stuff though. Weird stuff like that happens as well. Get under that. Nice. Get a little flip out. Really hard to judge those. And of course you got this little thing here. It's actually the one place we can go backwards and forwards. You can do a lot of maybe tech little jib type tricks. I'm not sure if it overgrinds will work. Maybe not. Okay, definitely not. Yeah. Kind of trying to think of different ways of going like up and over and then back again, or I wish he wouldn't have hit at the end there. But you can see like utilizing a lot of those like side hops and things like that can be really useful. Because even an object this simple has a bunch of different possibilities for over tricks, going backwards and forwards and stuff like that. Oh, kind of a little crank arm that wasn't an official grind type of thing. That also works with a no bells mod. Oof. So, kind of running out of time to film anything, but hopefully you get the idea of some of the weird stuff. Some definitely weird stuff that you can do with these sort of maps. Like, just because it's basic doesn't mean you can't do anything interesting there. In fact, like, the more basic and weird it is, the more likely crazy stuff like this is going to happen. And it may lead to some interesting clips. Just generally stuff you've never thought of before. Limitations are always a good thing, I say. Embrace them if you are bored, stuck on your maps that you have. You don't have any ideas. Kind of limit yourself to something and see what comes out. And yeah, that's about it, I think. I'll maybe do more of this sort of stuff in the future. There's a lot of smaller maps which kind of get ignored, but there's actually a lot of potential hidden in them. I already picked up a few ideas because of this map. There's always potential everywhere, it's just kind of how you perceive it, I think. But anyway, enough rambling. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.